Have you ever stopped to wonder what the most powerful, life-extending medicine in the world might be? Welcome to Dr. Levitas. You don't need a prescription for it, you don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy, and it doesn't cost a single dime. We in the medical community, and society at large, have looked at human muscle entirely the wrong way. We have treated it merely as the meat that moves our skeletons. We've looked at it as something purely aesthetic. But modern science is telling us a completely different, absolutely breathtaking story. Your muscle is not just functional tissue. It is, quite literally, the largest endocrine organ in your entire body. Think of it as an enormous, built-in pharmacy that dispenses custom, life-saving meds every single time it contracts. Today, we are going to fundamentally change the way you view your body, your daily movement, and your long-term health. We are diving into the incredible science of myokines, and how moving your body is literally healing you from the inside out. Please hit the like button and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. So, what exactly are myokines, and why are scientists now classifying them as endocrine hormones? The word itself gives us a clue. Myo means muscle, and kine refers to movement or motion, specifically, signaling proteins. For a long time, we thought hormones were only produced by traditional glands, like your thyroid or your pancreas. But starting around 2003, landmark research began to reveal that when your muscles contract, they manufacture and release hundreds of specific signaling proteins directly into your bloodstream. Because these proteins travel through the blood to communicate with and alter the function of other organs, like your brain, your liver, and your fat tissue, they are officially classified as endocrine hormones. When you go for a walk, when you lift a weight, or when you simply carry your groceries, you are opening up your internal pharmacy. You are writing a prescription for your own cellular health and distributing it throughout your entire system. Let's talk about one of the most incredible prescriptions your muscle writes. It's a myokine called interleukin 6, or IL-6. Now, if you have a medical background, you might have heard of IL-6 as an inflammatory marker. When it's produced by your immune system during an infection, it causes inflammation. But here is the brilliant twist of human biology: when IL-6 is produced and released by contracting muscle, it acts in the exact opposite way. Muscle-derived IL-6 is profoundly anti-inflammatory. Even more fascinating is what this muscle-derived IL-6 does to adipose tissue, specifically visceral fat. Visceral fat is the deep, internal fat that wraps around our organs. It's metabolically active in a harmful way, driving systemic inflammation and increasing our risk for chronic conditions. We aren't talking about aesthetics here. We are talking about your metabolic baseline. When you move, the IL-6 released from your muscles travels straight to that visceral belly fat and signals it to break down. It actively mobilizes those stored lipids to be used for energy. Your muscles are literally sending chemical messengers to safely and sustainably melt away the most dangerous fat in your body. But what happens when we do the opposite? What happens when we spend our days sitting at a desk, commuting in a car, and lounging on a couch? When you adopt a highly sedentary lifestyle, you are essentially boarding up the windows and locking the doors to your internal pharmacy. You are shutting down production. Without the regular, rhythmic release of these anti-inflammatory myokines, your body loses its primary defense against systemic, low-grade inflammation. This isn't just about feeling stiff, it is about accelerated aging. Without the balancing effect of myokines, the inflammatory signals in your body run unchecked. This chronic inflammation is the root cause of almost every age-related disease we face, from joint degradation to cognitive decline. By simply not moving, we are depriving the cells of the very medicine they need to repair, regenerate, and stay young. Remember, your body was designed for motion. Movement isn't a chore, it's a biological requirement for healthy aging. Now, let's look at how this internal pharmacy protects your liver and your metabolic health. There is a constant, beautiful conversation happening between your muscles and your liver. When your internal pharmacy is open, the myokines release travel directly to the liver and dramatically improve your body's insulin sensitivity. Insulin resistance is a massive hurdle for so many people today, leading to metabolic dysfunction and type 2 diabetes. But myokines help clear the metabolic traffic jam. They signal your liver to process glucose more efficiently and reduce the unhealthy buildup of fat within the liver itself. By making your cells more sensitive to insulin, your muscles ensure that the food you eat is partitioned beautifully into energy, rather than being stored as harmful tissue. This is why building and utilizing muscle is the absolute foundation of a sustainable, healthy metabolism. It's not about restrictive crash diets. It's about giving your body the muscular engine it needs to process nutrients optimally. If you aren't amazed yet, let me share a piece of research that truly highlights the miraculous nature of the human body. Let's talk about the colon, and a myokine known as SPARC. SPARC stands for secreted protein acidic and rich in cysteine. In a groundbreaking 2012 study, which has been repeatedly validated in clinical reviews up through 2022, researchers discovered that regular exercise releases high amounts of SPARC from muscle tissue into the blood. When they observed how SPARC interacted with colon cells, the results were astounding. This specific myokine traveled to the abnormal cells and induced something called apoptosis. Apoptosis is programmed cell death. Let me repeat that. Your muscles release a custom-made protein that literally tells certain bad cells to self-destruct. This is the ultimate definition of healing from the inside out. Your muscle tissue acts as a vigilant guardian, patrolling your system and actively suppressing weird growth. But you might be wondering, do I need to run a marathon or become a bodybuilder to get these benefits? The answer is a resounding no. However, the type of myokines your pharmacy dispenses does change based on the intensity and type of your workout. When you engage in endurance activities, like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, your muscles primarily release myokines like irisin, which is famous for improving brain health, enhancing memory, and turning inactive white fat into metabolically active brown fat. On the other hand, when you engage in resistance training, lifting weights, doing push-ups, or using resistance bands, your pharmacy dispenses higher levels of myokines associated with tissue repair, bone density enhancement, and profound metabolic conditioning. This is why a sustainable, balanced approach to movement is so vital. You want to stock your pharmacy with all the available meds by mixing up how you move your body. Ultimately, we must begin to view our muscle as a critical, non-negotiable component of our immune system. For decades, we thought of immunity entirely in terms of white blood cells and lymph nodes. But your muscle mass acts as a massive reservoir of resilience. During times of severe illness, trauma, or stress, your immune system requires massive amounts of amino acids to build antibodies and fight off threats. Where does it get those amino acids? From your muscles. Your muscle mass is your body's survival armor. By maintaining healthy, active muscle, you are ensuring your immune system has the resources and the chemical signaling it needs to protect you through every season of life. Here is the doctor's verdict: heal from the inside out. Your body is incredibly resilient, and you hold the key to its most powerful pharmacy. By stepping away from the sedentary trap and embracing joyful, consistent movement, you aren't just burning calories. You are releasing a cascade of healing myokines that melt away dangerous visceral fat, repair your metabolism, fight systemic aging, and even protect you against bad cells. This isn't about looking perfect. It's about feeling whole, resilient, and vibrantly alive. Remember, every step you take, and every weight you lift, is a dose of the best medicine in the world. Until next time, keep moving, keep healing, and take care of your gains. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you, it helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.